This is a photo of my niece and nephew at one of his football games, and my mom really likes it. She wants it framed, and there's a rope across the middle of it, and it doesn't bother her, but it bugs me, so I'm going to get rid of the rope. But this one's a little different than the other videos I've done. We're going to do most of it with a mask, because this is got a lot of straight lines in it, and the rope goes right across this bench. I'll zoom in here. The rope blocks out the edge of the bench right there, and I don't want to have to draw it in freehand. If we go over to the other side, you can see the edge of the bench I'm talking about right here. And that's missing on the other side. So if we use a mask, we can get nice straight lines, and it'll be faster than trying to draw it in freehand. So first things first, let's zoom out. Get the zoom tool again. And we're going to zoom in right here in this corner, because fortunately the top edge of the bench is showing that fold is right there. So we're going to switch to the free select tool, which is right here, or push F on the keyboard, and come down here and make sure feathered edges and anti-aliasing is checked, and you want to set your radius on feathered edges, edge for 3. You don't want to go any higher, because you don't want it to be, the higher you go, the fuzzier the edge will be, and we want a fairly crisp edge, but we don't really want it at 0 either, because it'll look like you cut it out and like pasted a piece of paper on it. It just won't look right. So 3 is pretty good. I've been playing around with this for a while. So go over here, and right where close to the edge of the photo, right where the fold in the bench is, from where you sit, and it goes down to the back edge of the bench, there's a highlight of a white line there, and we're going to click it. And we need to get our line straight, we need to go all the way across. So we're going to do Control right arrow. See, and it brought us all the way across, but we're too far for where I want to be. So now we're going to do Shift left arrow, and that'll move it one screen segment at a time back to the left. And I'm going to do it one more time. Shift left arrow. And then I'm going to line this up on that same edge that I just clicked on before, or right around it anyway. I think I'll go up here more. Right there I'm going to click. Then I'm going to come down on the bottom edge here and click on the bottom edge of the bench, that's fairly close. I'll click there. And now I'm going to zoom out, Control Shift J. And I'm going to come over here, and now I'm going to zoom in, and it's Shift plus is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try it one more time. That was too much, so I'm just going to hit the minus key. Okay. And now, before I click way over here on the left, what I'm doing is this line that I'm dragging around, I want to line it up along the bottom edge right here. So I'm going to go across. I'm going to keep watching on the right hand side, not the left. And when I get that line up to the bottom of the bench, on the right hand side I'm watching, to the right of my nephew in the uniform there. And it's going to move it up. I'm going to keep moving it up till it lines up parallel with the bottom edge. That line looks fairly parallel. I'm going to click once, and then I'm going to double click. And now I have my mask. And what I was lining up was this little area right here, making sure it was parallel. And so now you can see that rope goes right through where the edge of the bench is over here on the left. Now I'm going to save it. I had already given it a name, so I didn't have to type it in. Now I'm going to switch to the zoom tool, which is the magnifying glass, or you can just press Z on the keyboard. I'm going to zoom in right here on the bench, because that's the color we want to copy. And then I'm going to come over here and choose the clone tool, or push C on the keyboard. In this little box where it says brush, I'm going to click there, and I'm going to choose a brush with a solid edge, hardness 100, and for a size I want it just a little smaller than the inside of the mask. In this case it's 15. That's good. I'm going to choose an area right here where it's on only one color. You know, it's not getting that white area below it all, or the little silver area above. It's one basic kind of shade of gray in the middle of the mask. I'm going to do Control click. Now I'm going to do Control left arrow. Okay. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to hit the minus key on the keyboard. Shift right arrow. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to do it one more time. Okay. Okay, this is the blanket right here that my niece has wrapped around her. I only need to go up to that, so I'm just going to click here and click here. And I'm not dragging because I can't see where that part that would be moving on the other side is going to. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to make a little solid gray area here. It'll give me something when I redraw this mask in a minute to line up on. Just doing a few clicks. Okay. I'm going to take the mask off for a second so you can see what I did. Control Shift A. And you can see I got a nice straight line on the top and a nice straight line on the bottom. Now I'm going to do Control Z to get my mask back. Okay. Now I got the mask back. I'm going to go do Control left arrow. I'm going to hit minus once. I like being able to see the actual edge of the picture. I know I'm not guessing. Now I'm going to click and click and click, 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 click. You get the point. I'm just going to click until I fill in another little rectangle. That's good. Now I'm going to zoom out. Control Shift J. I'm going to switch to my zoom tool, Z. I'm going to remove my mask. Control Shift A. I'm going to zoom in again. Now the free tool. F. And I'm leaving it the same with the feathered edge and the 3. I'm going to line it up on that crease again. Right there. I'm going to click. Now I'm going to do Shift right arrow. Okay. See, I did it. And now I'm going to line that up right on this line we made before. That's close enough. And I'm going to come down here in the bottom. Do the same thing right there. And now Shift left arrow. No, Control left arrow. Hit minus once. And I'm going to come out here. I'm going to line it up on that bottom edge of this area from the other mask. Just up a fraction more. Right there, and click and double click. There. Now's a good time to save it again. And save. Always save it after you make a mask, because if you screw it up, at least you don't have to draw the mask, which can be a little time consuming lining it up. Okay. Now we can use our clone tool again if we want and draw these little pieces that we have together, or we can come up here and grab the eyedropper, click, and then come here, get in this gray area here, and click that, and then we're going to choose the bucket tool, and then come down here and make sure fill hole selection is selected, and then come right here and fill it. And I'm going to remove the mask for a second to show you. Control Shift A, and there. I'll zoom out. Control Shift J, and it looks like the edge is on the back edge of the bench right there. It looks really good. So Control Z gives us back our mask because we still need it, and then go to Z for zoom. And then zoom in right here. And now we need to switch to our clone tool. I'm going to leave all the settings the same. But we're going to come up here and choose select. And then come down here and choose invert. And now what that's going to do is protect everything inside the mask. And we're going to work on the outside. So I'm going to come right here. I'm actually going to put it right on the mask, the pointer right on the mask. Control click. And I'm going to come here. And I'm just going to drag straight across. And I'm going to change my brush right now. I should have did it before that, but I don't have to undo it. Didn't screw anything up yet. We want a brush with a softer edge. So I'm going to choose that one. Hardness 0.75. And I'm going to make the opacity a little bit lower. Yeah, about 80, that's good. I'm going to come down here in the mask and choose this area. Control click. I'm going to come up here and just drag right across. I think I'm going to do it again. Now, the rope is showing a little here and there, but I'm not going to get rid of it because when you zoom out, it actually kind of accents the fold in the bench. Zoom back in, and we'll go back to the clone tool, and I'm going to put the opacity back up to 100. Now we're going to freehand. I'm going to line my arrow up on this shadow right here. Control click. Going to come straight down below it. Line my arrow up on that same spot where the shadow and the light meet. Now I'm going to drag and I'm going to come down. Then I'm going to go to the right a little. Looks good. And then I'm going to go to line it back up on that area again. And then I'm going to drag and I'm going to go to the left. Just about stop. That's pretty good. Alright. Z. Zoom tool. Zoom tools. Zoom in right here. There we go. Clone. Now, I'm going to come here. I'm going to line up on this line. Control click. I'm going to come here and line up on that line right here. There. Click. I'm going to drag down. Drag back to the left of here. And I'm going to let it go. And then I'm going to do the same thing. And drag down. And I'm going to come over here again. I'm going to come right here and choose this color. Control click. 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 Okay. Control Shift J to zoom out. Control Shift A to remove the mask. Is it perfect? No. But will anybody be able to tell? No. Now, this here, you don't need a mask to do. All across their body, you don't need a mask. Just use the clone tool and copy in the corresponding areas. But over here on the back of the bench, see all those lines? You draw a mask where the rope is. You can use these lines here to line up over here and then fill in. And this is what it looks like when it's done. Back edge of the bench. The rope's gone over here on the other side of the bench. You can see you got a nice straight lines, and I did that by drawing mask over here on this part too, and using this area to fill in here. And that's it for this one. I hope this works out for you. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye.